big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this week's video. If you need a website or a domain, go to squarespace.com/James and you'll get 10% off your first purchase. Hello everybody, and welcome back to beautiful sunny Wales, where this evening my plan is to shoot a roll of film on my Sony A7R. Doesn't make sense that, does it? Let me explain. But first I will just get this shot. Get some foliage up top involved. So basically this morning I looked at how much memory I had left on my SD card on my camera, and in slot 1 I had 3,336 photos left. And if you take away the 3,300, you get 36, which is a roll of film. So I thought, why not come out this evening and try and take 36 photos. Well, 35 now, that was the first one. Let that car go past. Now, I know on the face of it, this seems like a completely pointless task, but if you've watched this channel for a while, you'll know that I'm a big fan of creative limitations. You know, focal length. What are the other ones? Focal length is the main one that I talk about. But I also think limiting yourself to a certain number of photos maybe, I mean we'll see tonight, but maybe makes you think a bit more about things like composition. That's the theory. So as an exercise, I thought, what's the harm in trying to only take 36 photos? 35 now. I don't know if that one was worth it or not, but there's a mix of human nature stuff, so it appealed. Pacing's going to be tricky with this, I think, because there's about 3 hours till sunset, so what's that? It's about, do some maths, a photo every 5 minutes. And I'm driving around. The initial goal was to cycle, but my fitness at the moment leaves a lot to be desired. So yeah, I'm driving around, and I suppose I've got to bank on the fact that hopefully there'll be some locations where there's more than one thing I want to take a photo of. Then I suppose I suspect that the closer we get to golden hour, the better the light, and maybe the more I'll end up shooting. So maybe I'll start with a photo every 10 minutes, and then it'll go to every 2.5 or... Let's go and find out. Hiya. Well, I should probably go to bed, but since I got home I started editing the photos and the video, and well, I might as well carry on now. We got to photo number 5 before I made a mistake and forgot to press record on the GoPro while this bloke rode past on his motorbike. Quite like the shot. I mean, it's not remarkable in any way, but yeah, I forgot to press record. Then there was this photo where there's some nice trees in the background that I quite like, and a traffic cone. So again, some more human nature next to the winding road. Again, not remarkable. I think the photos get slightly better as the light gets better. You may disagree, but back to the video. Oh, actually, just quickly, if you're wondering, I shot all the photos on this little 40mm lens, in case you were curious. Well, I think it's probably next stop wet feet. Oh no, so far so good. I mean, from where you are, you probably can't see anything, but there's a lovely view from here. Okay, sheep in roughly the right spot. And I don't often say this, but could probably do with being a bit tighter than 40mm. Whee! Starting to feel the time pressure a bit. We're not even halfway there in terms of shots, and sunset is fast approaching, especially considering it sets over those mountains, and therefore this valley doesn't get well, it doesn't get light as long as you would keep light in a flatter place. Obviously, whew, you might be able to hear what I mean about the cycling and the lack of fitness. That is amazing. The light is just reflecting off the fence perfectly. The fence and the gate. Lovely stuff. I actually don't know if this is worth another version. I think it might be. Something a bit tighter, like yep, I like that a lot. Right, let's get out of this field. Run, run, run. I mean, I'm not going to beat around the bush. The theme of this video is becoming pretty clear. Roads, mountains, pylons, sheep occasionally. But I mean, when you get this good a view of Shabod in this light, it feels rude not to have a road as a leading line towards it, doesn't it? Look at that. That is lovely stuff. And I've just realised I've taken 3 shots of the same thing. Shit. I don't know if there's a shot here, but cows in it. Hello. Something like, oh yeah, walk towards me. I mean, I kind of feel like I'm cheating with this light at this point, but that is just lovely. Take a step back. I like this fence. It kind of breaks between those 2 mountains at the top of the hill too. Lovely. The poor car door's going to be exhausted. A slightly longer focal length, and that would be lovely. But I don't know that that works at 40mm. Those sheep on that hill looks fantastic, but yeah, not at 40mm. I wonder if I go down this hill a touch and include a bit more of this valley, whether that will be the way to go. Yeah, here's a bit better. Got a nice green valley in the foreground, or the midground I suppose, and then the silhouettes of the mountains in the background. I'll tell you what, I'm paying for going in that field. The hay fever has come to life. Ugh. Just before I get back in the car, I do quite like this. Obviously got the gate on the right hand side of the image, the mountains in the background, but then the trees and Shabod on the left hand side. It's one of those ones that might not actually work all that well when you look at it on a computer, but from here, thanks to the light, I think it looks alright. Hello there, thank you for looking. Oh no, please look again. Please look again. Hello. Oh no. Well, missed the shot, that's gone horribly. Let's go and get the shot that I came for. I spent, I'm not joking, years wondering where this cottage was. If you'd call it a cottage, barn, bothy. But looks like they've had some work done on it. It's all boarded up in photos that I used to see when I was thinking, where is that? F9. Lovely spot. Ugh. Just popping the camera above my head because I actually think this might be the view for the shot of the cottage. Something like that. Go and see if this cow's come back. Keep looking, 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 keep looking. Bingo. Did I get the bird? Yes. But with some motion blur. Never mind. A couple of weeks late for the gorse. I'll come back next year. Right, one shot left. Right, last shot, which I found a few weeks back. But I think I might be a touch late for it tonight. So there we go. 36 photos. -9. So what happened was I didn't count. I basically just looked at the number on my camera and waited till it was 3,300 and assumed that meant 36 photos. But no. So obviously that's just an estimate, but if you end up shooting lots of things with lots of detail, then those files will be bigger than the average, and therefore you'll get less photos. And also there are a couple of video clips that I forgot about, and they come from the same sort of memory budget on the memory card, so that reduces the number of files available as well. Rookie. It's probably a good job I don't shoot film. Anyway, I hope that was interesting. I certainly found it interesting. I definitely paid much more attention to composition than I think I ordinarily would. Certainly before I pressed the shutter. And I do think when you shoot digitally, why does that sound strange? Sometimes I think that distracts from the process, and actually if you've only got one shot to absolutely nail it, I don't know, I found this evening I concentrated a bit more. Not that all of the shots are good, lots of them aren't, but there are some in there which I quite like. I think the trees and the fence and the mountains in the background, that one I really like. Anyway, maybe I'll do that again sometime, and I'll learn to count in the meantime. Also, as per usual, all of these images are available on my website. I've put them all on one web page. You can find a link in the description. And my website is put together by the sponsor of today's video, Squarespace. So I've been using Squarespace for many years now. It's an integral part of my business, and I think it should be an integral tool to all photographers. Whether you want an online store, just somewhere to hold your portfolio, or maybe a blog, it's fantastic. I use a template called Wells, but there are lots of other templates to choose from, and you don't need to know any code or anything like that to put a Squarespace website together. So if you're interested in having a little spot online where you can curate all your best images and have complete control over how they look and how other people see them, then I would definitely recommend checking out Squarespace. And you can do so for free by going to squarespace.com. And after that, if you'd like to make a purchase, you can save 10% by going to squarespace.com/James. And I'll see you next time when hopefully I can count. Cheers.